Graveyard shift is here, baby. It's here. It's here. It's here. Number 2, number 3, and number 4. And collector's card. And special art on the back. I knew when I saw something came from the great state of Michigan, it was that time. Don't Fauci me, bro. Don't Fauci me. It's not going down like that today. Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rob Wilson, coming to you live from YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch, and Mob Crush. I hope everyone's had a happy Friday, and we're ready to go ahead and get this in. I'm going to give y'all an hour to see where we go from there. But, yeah. Took a lot to get here. So, I'm probably a little amped up. Probably a little aggressive. But I'm going to use it for the stream, okay? How about that? I'm going to use it for the stream. Can I kick it? Can I kick it? Okay, well, I'm going. So, here we are. What's going on, General Piggy? Glad to see you here, man. What's up, Anthony Savoy? What's going on? What's going on? I'm going to go ahead and just get the elephant in the room. And one would think that it would be the Sentinel, because I've been talking about this. I might do one or two things. Stretch this past an hour and switch over into a draw, chat, and chill. Or I may do a draw, chat, and chill later. You know what I'm saying? Or I may go into next week because we got San Diego Comic-Con going on this weekend. God bless anybody who's able to make it and who's able to pay that money to be there. Hey, kudos. Especially if you are a veteran of the industry, you know, that has seen the era of DC and Marvel's ways. As I call them, the worst two. People call them the big two. I call them the worst two. Because they can't hold Big Ripper's jock. I got that from Triple H, okay? I can't take credit for that 100%. I got that from Triple H. But yeah, we're covering this damn thing called the Mutants. Like it's the Disney version of The Boys. Come on, man. Like, I'm about to light this thing up, man, cause like Marvel, y'all screwing up. This might be the first Marvel Studios movie that's about to be worse than most of the Fox X-Men movies. I'm saying, like, the Mutants. The Warriors? Is that what we're going to do? Because, like, Fox already made the New Mutants. And the best thing that came out of that was, what's her name? Magic. She looked pretty accurate. You know, most of the movies pretty terrible. But, yeah. If you look at the track record of Phase 4, and I got to tell you guys, yes, I am a former MCU fan. I was a gatekeeper, I guess. I had every reason in the world to say that Marvel was bound for greatness, even for its imperfections. Yep, that's right. Said it's going to be lame. I know, it's like the Mutants, because we don't want to call it X-Men. I just saw on Twitter, somebody said, coming soon, X them. Yeah, most likely. And one of the problems with that is, who's going to lead the team? Miss Marvel? I mean, no Professor X? Oh, let me guess, y'all probably going to just kill him off at the beginning and have a monument to sing praises. Here lied Professor Charles Xavier that gave his life in service to protect all mutants. Not just for his X-Men, but for all mutants. It's like Martin Luther King marched for all rights. Not just for black civil rights, but for all civil rights. Bullshit. 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 I'm sorry. This is not for kids, in case y'all didn't know this, but I'm calling it for what it is. That's bonkers. Malarkey. My brother loved the MCU up until the last Thor movie. I believe it turned him off for good. I mean, that happens. Anybody that really doesn't subscribe or pay attention much anymore to the MCU, there's that one movie that turned them off. And you still got people that, they're still trying to defend it because they get exclusives, as other YouTubers have explained as well. And it's terrible. Literally, the Snyderverse had a potential to possibly outdo the MCU because they're doing so bad now. But there's so much stigma attached to the DCEU. You got these reckless people, Amber Heard's trying to get some money out of Johnny, extortion in court cases, freaking Henry Cavill, just perfect person to play Superman, but just got a really bad deal. Zack Snyder had it seemed like he had a real personal problem with Superman because he always tried to make him do the worst things, break the character. It was all about just destroying America, because that's what Superman, aka Clark Kent, aka Kal-El, son of Jor-El, was all about. He grew up in Kansas. And you look at from Man of Steel, which was somewhat questionable, into Dawn of Justice, and then Justice League parts 1 and 2, because you got your Joss Whedon. Oh yeah, I'm getting on Ezra Miller. Don't worry, I'm getting on him. But I feel like Henry Cavill he could have been salvaged, but Warner Brothers just all over the place. They're being sold on the 1500 block. Then they're being sold on the 22nd hundred block. Don't nobody want her. Who want her? Who want her? Don't nobody want her. And freaking the only thing that Ezra Miller is good at being fast at is dodging the cops over in Hawaii because he's kidnapping kids in real life. As I have stated, is that Sonic the Hedgehog movies, Sonic the Hedgehog character is so fast. He came out with a movie faster than The Flash did. And the part 2 to that was Sonic the Hedgehog is so fast, he came out with a sequel before the first Flash movie could come out. I'm just saying, what's the holdup? So, yeah, they had no plan like the MCU now. So, they're just running the mill. I mean, honestly, put all them aggressions that Ezra Miller got, put it in a movie or something. Turn him into a demon and start chasing kids or whatever. Maybe he'll live out his fantasies that way. That's Hollywood back in the day. They make a movie about living out their fantasies. But Hollywood today, I don't know what the hell they're doing. I really don't. And I could pretty much care less. But I gotta acknowledge it because this is a part of history, cinematic history. But yeah, with this, the Mutants. No, bro. Nah, I've heard there's a spoiler thing of a trail, a cover title of Wolverine, Marvel Studios. I mean, really, you could get the youngest guy you can possible, have him look like Twilight and do all that, and freaking no, the standard's gonna be gone after Hugh Jackman. Just like if you recast the Iron Man, the standard's gone with Tony Stark. And thank goodness, one thing I hope to happen in Doctor Strange Part 2 didn't happen. Tom Cruise being an Iron Man because he was a founding member of the Illuminati, according to the comics. But you know, they screwed up so much stuff in there. It was almost like, hey, we got a puzzle. We got a puzzle we can put together. But why don't we start taking some scissors and cutting off parts that are supposed to connect together, and we'll just do it our own way. It's literally like, hey, let's put together a jigsaw puzzle. And by the time they finish with it, it looks like when you first put all the pieces scrambled about. They think they're finished when they make movies like that. That's what Phase 4 is. It's a cluster. It's a bust. Sparkle Wolverine. Yep, that's it, General Piggy. 100% sparkly Wolverine. You know, out of anything else, he's either going to be really glistened, or he's going to be the tough guy that's going to be embarrassed by every female character. We know how that goes. So, with this whole title, The Mutants, excuse me, it's going to be a bunch of cameos, I imagine, and all that. I mean, again, even with Magneto, I heard that Michael Fassbender, in early stages, in a rumor, that he was being tapped to play Doctor Doom, which would be great, you know. Accurate Doctor Doom would be great. But that don't matter in the MCU no more. You know, you got to be a woman that is supreme, cosmic Mary Sue. And even if the character that you're playing has, you know, powers that may be perceived as joke-wise, that's all right. They'll give you new powers because they don't care. They'll just screw it up. They are literally here to do whatever they want, and they're like literally tearing off, for a child to see, tearing off the head of their favorite toy and smiling and grinning as they crank it and turn it and destroy those childhood dreams. That's why the MCU is bleeding money. Now that people understand that Phase 4 is what we're going to deal with from now on, they're going to start losing more money. In the season where there was the most MCU content, TV shows, movies, it was the most diluted of all time, of all the phases. You know, turning Thor into this, you know, synthwave retro god, you know, this hard rocker. I get it, kind of funny. Thor Ragnarok, for the most part, caught people off guard. That's why they kind of liked it. But to have that continue, and it's more like Guardians of the Galaxy, it's literally like Taika Waititi has squandered his opportunities. He's just trying to do some flamboyant Hollywood bojangling, you know, while making out with the cast at stadiums, because that's what he does. Those are the kind of people they want. They want, you know, these eyes wide shut folks to make Marvel movies for kids, so that way they can go ahead and inject their little stuff and have some freaky stuff going on. And of course, if it goes to the Middle East, it's going to get banned, because the Middle East don't play that. They just don't. They ain't got time for that. So that's the new MCU formula. You know, dog all men, exalt all women. They have not a single flaw. Even if they had one, it would not be known. Go so far off the characters' rails that, yeah, it's like they might as well just made a generic superhero movie from scratch, as opposed to using the MCU or Marvel property. But, you know, hey, they do what they want. But seriously, the Mutants, that's the best name you could came up with? The Mutants. Really? I mean, the Sinister Six still never got their own movie. And technically, we never got to see all of the Sinister Six in one scene, in one movie together. Spider-Man was that No Way Home. Mysterio was already dead. There was no Kingpin, no Scorpion. You know, they're just like, oh, let's just randomly pick some of these folks that's part of Spider-Man's rogue gallery. I mean, it's great to see, you know, some of the older Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire and all that. That was pretty cool. But that was closure. That was a wrap. And doing the Spider-Man movie, whether it's Sony or Marvel Studios, the thrill is gone. I doubt it'll ever be the same as it was. And that's just kind of how it is when we have this nonsense just being allowed to play. And they figure, hey, here's your favorite character. You'll show up to the theater, right? That's the name of the game. And that is why, and many other reasons, along with many other reasons, such as book sales, why Eric July, upon his first book of the Rippaverse, has cleared $3 million. I'm just saying. That has been cleared. That has happened. $3 million. Because, again, when companies feel like they don't have competition, they start screwing up. So one more time, $3 million. First book. First book. And I'm going to tell you this now. I am already eyeballing. You know what I'm saying? I'm already eyeballing. Looking up someone to make a crowdfunding website. Because that's a very important lesson, I think, that needs to be reiterated. Outsource when you have to. Do things in-house when you can. It'll pay off in the long run. Because again, if Eric July would have done traditional crowdfunding, he could have still already had the books. But if he did traditional crowdfunding, they might have taken down his campaign. There probably would have been so many SJWs to take down his campaign, it would have been ridiculous. And here's the thing, you know, when it comes to canceling and, you know, trying to get people's stuff taken down, like Dave Chappelle sold out theatrical show that was going to be in theaters, they refunded, what was it, like some 1,500 people's tickets or something like that? You know, there has to be a point where you got to have a Switzerland. You got to have a neutral ground where, whether it's one side or the other, they don't come in and just force the owner's hand. And that's much needed in this day and age. But the Mutants, did Master Mold make that? Did he really come up with that? I mean, last time I checked, Sentinels, they just refer to, you know, people with special abilities from the X gene as mutants. That's just all they call them. But now it's the Mutants. Like, that took no thought at all. Absolutely none. And that just goes to show this is where we're at. You know, Kevin Feige, I think he doesn't have enough time to focus on it. But then again, he's just letting people do whatever they want. I commend him for doing, you know, his allowing Eric Kugler to do his take or whatnot. Chadwick Boseman gone too fast. One love. And But like now, I mean, he said it. There's going to be more inclusion, diversity, and all that stuff. Sure. He might as well have said there's going to be a loss of money along with it. If Marvel Studios is coming out with the Mutants thing, imagine what they're going to do with Blade. Just imagine. And for the record, I still ain't seen Thor: Love and Thunder. You know, Thunder in Paradise, or you know, Thunder Island, you know. Whatever you want to call it. Still ain't seen it. Got no desire to see it at all. That's the first MCU movie I didn't want to just see just for the sake of seeing it. I may eventually, but I ain't chasing that dream no more, man. That dream is dead. Marvel Studios is dead. The DCEU is dead. But the American dream is not. And proof of the American dream, the most current version of it, is howtodrawcomics.net, Comicsgate, and the Rippaverse. And every other creator that is grinding hard and getting people to know them, getting people to know their works, you know, how they do things. That's the American dream. Not being shut out by the mob. Suspect nation. That's not how things should roll in a free and open society. JFK words to a degree. So that's the American dream. The MCU movies were great under Paramount. Started off as an independent film, Iron Man 1. Was it accurate? Probably not for the most part. But you had a great origin story. And now we got this. The Mutants. Not the New Mutants. I mean, they tried to do that bull crap with, Squirrel Girl and Squirrel Girl and the New Warriors? Where they axed Night Thrasher entirely. And Night Thrasher was a cool black character in the comics. He dealt with Nova at one point. He had Nova literally dangling off of a building rooftop and forcing him to get his powers back. Because if he didn't, he would have died. Those stories are gone now. With full-fledged Disney, Marvel Studios, Disney's losing money. MCU's losing money. Oh yeah, Squirrel Girl. And they were gonna get Anna Kendricks, I think that's her name. Probably just because she had kind of like the buck teeth look. It would have been such a waste of time. That would have been as much of a failure as the Inhumans TV show, which I watched every episode. I saw the first 2 episodes in the theater. And man, I couldn't debate that one. I was like, yeah, that's a failed state. But not America. America should never be a failed state because we have one of these great things in our society. Freedom. And that freedom can be used to create. And for some folks, that freedom can be used to destroy. And here we are with the Mutants. Marvel Studios' greatest achievement just after turning Miss Marvel into a mutant and having Falcon and Captain Marvel show up at the end. I ain't watched that neither. So, you know, freedom, it's a double-edged sword. But I choose the side of that blade. I utilize the side of the blade that creates cool things and it doesn't create victimhood mentality. There was one video I saw where I got nothing against alternative lifestyle. If that's what you like, do your thing. But there was one video I saw where the guy was making a joke about people overreacting to gay marriage being legalized. And there's a guy, he was gay, he was commentating, he was laughing. He was like, it's not going to be that bad. And then like decades later, here we are. We got people that consider themselves like, what are they called? Disabled. Like it's a choice. They choose not to, they choose to have a disability of some kind. That's where we're at now. Teach their own. They can do their thing. But, yeah. There's there's more failures in the MCU that we've seen in Phase 4 than I think the average person is aware of. Sure, did Fox screw up when they had the properties, X-Men and Fantastic Four? Sure, absolutely. At least back then when Chris Evans was playing Johnny Storm, he wasn't a raging freaking leftist Hydra Supreme nutcase on Twitter. At least back then he chilled the F out. Just saying. Now, Chris Evans, we didn't know. He infiltrated the MCU. Was he patient zero? I don't know. Because, yeah, I had no idea. I thought he played a great Captain America. But little unbeknownst to some of us, we didn't realize how his little Twitter comments is just bad. Nice. I see Jerome Piggy said, yeah, Chris Evans is about as bad as Mark Hamill. And here's my thing. When Mark Hamill, back when I was doing podcasts, I think with Blog Talk, Mark Hamill was saying that he was disappointed at what they wanted to do with him in The Last Jedi. The Disney set of Star Wars movies. Those to which we do not mention. There henceforth evermore. And I used some of his clips, and he was saying like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous to a degree. He gave a statement many times. Then he backtracked because they were putting the pressure on him. And they put enough pressure on. See, once they get you in your pocket, it goes all the way back to what I was saying about infiltration. When you infiltrate, after you infiltrate, you infest. And then you become contagious. You spread that ideology amongst others. And then you get copied into another Agent Smith. And there's this big mob that keeps growing while you're trying to fight and fend for your life. More Agent Smiths keep coming. And they're all speaking the same language. So once the infestation happens, at that point, it's like you gotta branch off, or else you're gonna get copied too. And when you get copied, you gotta bow down to the program. You gotta follow the program. Don't believe me? Look at the history. Look at the MCU, Marvel Studios. That's how it's been rolling. Oh, and then DCEU. The master manipulator, as it seems, Zack Snyder, freaking the actual true villain of the DC Extended Universe, was the director himself. He got, what's his name, Stone, all riled up, or Ray Parker, got him all riled up. He was like, by the point... This is how I imagine it, okay? This is reenactment. After talking to Zack Snyder, Ray Parker's like, I think that's his name. If I got it wrong, let me know. The one that plays Cyborg. After talking to Zack Snyder, he goes, someone from Warner Brothers talks to him, he's like, that's racist. Somebody else comes to, you're racist. Like, all he saw was just a big blur of racism at that point. Without no full evidence provided, but Joss Whedon was the camera, the straw. Yeah, Ray Fisher, that's right. Sorry, Ray Parker. I think that's Darth Maul. My bad. Who got silenced as well, and had his Darth Maul role taken from him. Thanks to that Star Wars girl for breaking that down, because I had no idea that's what happened to that guy. I thought he was really good. He played an awesome Toad in X-Men, killed it. But yeah, going back to Ray Fisher, like that's all he saw. All he saw was racism around him in Warner Brothers. And when you marginalize yourself, some people don't like to deal with that, because it's like you're bringing in the negativity to yourself. You're not saying, hey, I'm trying to be the best that I could be. And lo and behold, if you look at the 4-hour-long DCEU Justice League movie by Zack Snyder in the director's cut, long-ass name that nobody has no entire lifetime for, if you look at the movie and the way it was remade, you were talking about shunning one of the most iconic superheroes of all time in the form of Superman. Henry Cavill's role. Great actor. It's not like he didn't play a good Superman, but that's the script he was given, as far as I know. And he's a good team player. But that character got shunned so bad for the sake of expanding the lore of Cyborg. Cyborg? Man, I was never a big Cyborg fan. Ask me if I have a Cyborg comic book. Probably not. If I do, somebody gave it to me, okay? I'm not a big fan of Cyborg. Just not. So, to do that, I think that was a bad move. But they got away with that. So again, this stuff will only happen as long as fans allow them to get away with it. And when fans start pulling their money away from Marvel Studios, the Disney, I'm sorry, I was about to say the Disney Cinematic Extended Universe, DC Extended Universe. When you start pulling your money away from that and start investing into stuff that you actually want to see, stop paying for suffering. Do you want your eyes to suffer? Why are you making your senses suffer? Your ears. You start hearing all that SJW crap in the movie, just like in The Batman. Catwoman's talking about, we got to take down white supremacy. She was talking to a white guy. He's rich, unbeknownst to her. So it's just like, just make a good movie. Don't make it about black, white. Like in the first Blade movie with Wesley Snipes, one of the scenes that it doesn't burn deep in their mind, where one of the security guards, where Blade, after he lost Whistler, they killed him, Deacon Frost and his company. Blade, he raided the place before the ceremony, and it was a black dude. He got dropped, and Blade stuck a shotgun in his face, and dude's like, I just work for them. And all you got was blah. Ain't got no time to be having no victim. Oh, my bad, brother, I got you. Nah. You killed my homie. And Whistler, obviously, is a white guy. One of the most badass and coolest white guys in that damn movie series. Hey, but that was Blade's homie. That's how you cross them boundary lines right there. Ooh, yeah. The cream rises to the top. Those examples of movies like Blade, Iron Man, even for as goofy as the first Thor movie was. Hell, the first Superman with Christopher Reeves and Richard Donner, guys that didn't even make, comic book movies later on in the rest of their career. They start overseeing it and moved on to Lethal Weapon. The first Superman with Christopher Reeves and Marlon Brando. What's her name? Margot Kidder. Lois Lane. Not the best Lois Lane, but for her day, she was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So these pinnacle lessons, that's right. Wesley Snipes' Blade was awesome. Those should be lessons that should be expunged. Well, I'm sorry, that should be expanded upon. Like, one of my favorite trilogies of all time, and I got to include the third and the fourth one, are the Matrix movies, the quadrilogy, and Animatrix too. But for the Burly Brawl and the second one, Matrix Reloaded, one of the greatest fight scenes in my mind of so much madness was the Burly Brawl. Dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of Agent Smiths, just accumulated. The Wachowskis, they said that they created a program just to have those agents replicate like that. I thought in my mind I had a vision. Just like I had the vision where it'd be great if Spider-Man was in the MCU, huh? Some people were like, that would never happen. It's two different studios. Great. It'd be great if it happened, though. I'm just saying, it happened in the comics. Why not in the movies? People will go see it. It'll break $1 billion. And it did. So, with that vision, I also had the vision of if there was a Sinister Six movie where there are all 6 members of the Sinister Six fighting Spider-Man, that battle, if it was kept up to par to be as good as Spider-Man 2, was it 2.1, the extended one that had all the extended train fight scenes with Spider-Man and Doc Ock? If there's a Sinister Six battle as good as that, in my mind, this is just my opinion, in my mind, that would have been the fight scene to outdo the Burly Brawl in the Matrix Reloaded. But it didn't happen. So sometimes maybe fan expectations are too high. Sure. Or maybe studios just be bojangling people. Whichever one comes first. If you hear keys, they must be bojangling. I'm just saying. So that's just keeping it real from my perspective. So, yeah. What are they going to do? They're going to have Sentinels come out? Because, you already snapped Professor X's nap in Doctor Strange. Yeah, it's another version. It's like, James McAvoy, here's what I'm going to say. James McAvoy was probably one of the best picks to play young Professor Xavier, especially once he got the haircut. He literally looked like Charles Xavier from the comics. Like, once he dropped his brow and all that, literally looked spitting image almost. If they bring him back, cool. But, you're already off to a rough start. Now, here, I get it. It's San Diego Comic-Con 2022. They're going to reveal something that's going to shut my mouth and, make me say, take my money. I doubt it. Because I was busy doing other things. What was I doing? I was busy backing Overmind, a science fiction thriller graphic novel. It looked hip, and I'm hip. You know what I'm saying? I was busy appreciating Clayton Barton from howtodrawcomics.net lessons and sketchbook sessions. You know what I'm saying? Dropped a super chat, stopped by. I didn't know they were premiering it. I thought it was a live thing. But hey, one of my great teachers in learning how to draw comics, I was busy doing that. So I pledged to Overmind. I pledged to Grokin 2 know what I'm saying? There's some stuff going on. So I forgot about this. Young, young Ripper cosplay. I wasn't ready for that. Totally threw me off. You know what? In fact, here, let me take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back. Yo, he counting that money. Marvel, you suck. Okay, okay. I'm back. I'm back. I'm cool, calm, and collect. So, yeah. I mean, right now, the best thing that Marvel Studios can do right now is bring back Chris Evans, turn him into Hydra Supreme. Apparently, it won't be too difficult for him to act like that because that's who he really is. And there you go. And if it comes with a free comic book, you know, Secret Empire, you know, people can burn those books again too. You know, I remember I had no idea, you know, that some of the folks I was podcasting with before were SJWs. And, you know, in a polite manner, I explained my dislikes for certain things in the comics that I was paying for. So, I mean, I got these books to read, man. I'm excited, you know. Jerome Piggy. I had no idea, like, to appreciate so many people that have been crowdfunding, like, these books. And again, as I mentioned in my previous stream, when you have that spread of time until the next, you know, the next issue or the next graphic novel of a series that you like, I think the build up is that much more worth it too once you actually do get it. Same as with Cyber Frog going from Blood Honey to Wreck Planet. So I think that's pretty important. But yes, I think yeah, Chris Evans just go ahead and come back. Be evil Steve Rogers, because there are already two of them. There were two of them in Avengers Endgame. And now, if you think about it too, that's kind of like where they started to get lazy with the titles, because Doctor Strange said it, and people were like, "Oh, what's the latest title of Avengers Endgame, or of Avengers? You know, the second Infinity War movie. What could it be? It could be anything. Maybe Infinity Gauntlet or Adam Warlock's going to show up. Blah, 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 blah. It's Endgame. Just because Doctor Strange said we're in the Endgame now. Whack. And Spider-Man. Spider-Man Homecoming. That was one of the code words that was used to activate Bucky to be the Winter Soldier. Lazy writing? Possibly. Spider-Man Far From Home. Just because he's on vacation? That was kind of corny. Of a title. Jake Gyllenhaal did a great job as Mysterio. Absolutely phenomenal job. I'm scrolling through some music, trying to make sure I don't get censored. You can't play that, sir. You can't say that, sir. But yeah. And then Spider-Man No Way Home, which is it's just a weird thing of like Spider-Man exists but nobody knows him. Was that a reset? So the MCU got a reset and then Spider-Man got his own reset. Oh my gosh. It's madness. But yeah, I think it's pretty fun to at least clown the MCU. Maybe one day they'll get it. But then it's probably going to be too late. They'll probably start, dissolving properties again because they just can't handle it. They let the inmates run the asylum. And this is where we're at now. Oh, there we go. There we go. So, yeah, it's pretty jacked up what we got. But definitely bring back Chris Evans. Make him Hydra Supreme. Have him go toe-to-toe with the Red Skull. But, at the same time, you won't get Hugo Weaving. Because they nickel and dime him, too. They made some fake promises. Oh, you're going to be in so many movies, and this is what we're going to do. And just toss to the wayside. You know why? Because I think the MCU had enough Nazis on the way. Or, I'm sorry, Hydra. Members of Hydra. They were already infiltrated, so they basically had it easy to just retire the Red Skull, knowing that Hydra will be directing all MCU movies from this point on. And when you're the Red Skull, you spend your whole life doing world domination. I guess you ain't got to worry about it anymore because the legacy is carried on. Hydra reigns supreme in the MCU. But yeah, with a lot of these TV shows and all that stuff now, these MCU TV shows are making Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. look pretty damn good. Okay, diversity. We wanted diversity, right? You didn't get the Ghost Rider that... People didn't get the Ghost Rider that they wanted. But Robbie Reyes, that Ghost Rider, he was pretty ruthless in Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4. He was pretty freaking ruthless. Absolutely phenomenal. So, what'd you do? He was supposed to have a TV show on Hulu. Another Disney subsidiary. I guess they're rated R space. And they just dropped the project. Of course. Of course. Any real diversity, when stuff's going right, oh, that's going too good. People are actually looking forward to that. No, we got to give them stuff that they're going to hate and dislike and be disappointed about. We need to produce movies that are going to get us banned from other countries. We need to directly, purposefully lose money. And lo and behold, this is what we got. So, Chris Evans is Hydra Supreme. Who could play Master Mold? Who's a real loud SJW that could play Master Mold? Because Chris Evans is already loud enough. Mark Ruffalo is already loud enough. He's the softest Hulk of all time. Bill Bixby was tougher than that. Who else? I don't know. Pick somebody. I'm sure y'all pick somebody that's loud and outspoken. Or y'all probably make Master Mold a female Sentinel. Y'all probably do that. It'll be, was that Transformers Extinction? Or no, was it Transformers The Last Night? Transformers The Last Night where you had Quintessa, the creator of all Transformers. That was Peter Cullen's second to last one. But you know what? While we're here, let's go ahead and see what the hell's going on in San Diego Comic-Con. Oh, they just showed. Oh, let's switch screens so we can check this out together. Hollywood Reporter 7 minutes ago. Marvel Animation gave new look at several upcoming series during its San Diego Comic-Con panel, including the upcoming short series I Am Groot. I Am Groot is an easy cash grab, of course. Kids will love it. Please don't make Groot, male Groot, kissing another male Groot. Just don't do it. Just no. That's an easy sell. I mean, since we're giving them ideas, go ahead and put the first 2 episodes in the theater. See if that sells. Editor-in-Chief Marie Javins for receiving the Ink Pot Award. I don't know. Oh, God. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is where you know it's freaking politics just all in freaking entertainment. Stephen Colbert could give a damn about Lord of the Rings and Ring of Power. That's pretty obvious, I think. I mean, he almost got arrested at the Capitol, right, for trying to play jokes over there. But oh no, let him go. It's Stephen Colbert. He's one of us. Yeah. Wink, wink. Lauren Riddle and Impact of The Walking Dead. Okay, get it. I fell off of Walking Dead. Yeah. I fell off of Walking Dead after Negan showed up. X-Men 97. Marvel Studio. What? X-Men 97. What If Season 2. Spider-Man freshman year. Is that going to be a cartoon? Marvel Zombies. I mean, the damage has already been done in one phase. Phase 4 has exhausted everyone. But now you're talking about X-Men 97. Oh, yeah, that's the cartoon, right? That's the new cartoon y'all gonna redo again. I don't know if they're gonna give Mark Hamill, I don't think they're gonna get him back for Wolverine, but we'll see. Are these all cartoons? They're all series, so, easy cartoon. Norman Reedus on how he felt participating in his last Comic-Con panel for Walking Dead. Oh, okay. Oh, man. He's headed out. Skid from, or what was it? Scud from Blade 2. This movie's garbage. Waste of time. Waste of a movie. Waste of a DC Comics lore. The Man Who Stopped Laughing. Oh, Lord. Joker, more Red Hood, Super Pets, Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. I thought it was called the Kang Wars. Did they change it up again? Already? Gotham Knights, Gilded City, Guiled City. Is Guile in this? Bruh, what is that? Is this fool wearing a mask? It's COVID in Gotham. It's COVID in Gotham. Even Batman has to wear a mask. The villains. Look at this. Sebastian Shaw. She's a villain? I forgot who that is. Emma Frost. Wow. No Magneto, huh? I guess he's gonna be the good guy this time around. San Diego Comic-Con, no one can hear you scream. Good old Alien. Oh no. I forgot who that was. Who is this? Is that the guy from Logan? I forgot what his powers was. Nightcrawler, of course, Forge. Rings of Power. I have no desire to see the Lord of the Rings thing. I think Neurotic has covered enough nonsense that they're doing over there for me to even care. You said The Walking Dead is officially dead. They have running walkers now. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. And then I heard about the whispers. There was a lot of stuff going on. I was on my, I was in pre-mob at Fort Hood for my first deployment. And I went to the USO to sit down and watch Walking Dead. And the guy that worked there, he kept telling me, oh, you tracking in mud. You gotta clean your boots off. So I went outside, cleaned my boots off, and came back in. And he's mopping up. He's like, yeah, you got to get out of here. You keep bringing in mud on your boots. And me as soldier, full uniform, little specialist, nobody important. And I was like, okay, I'm out of here. And the guy that said all that said I had to get out of there. Black guy. So more black on black crime. Clearly more common than almost any other crime out there. But hey, I'm just saying. So yeah, Lord of the Rings, Ring of Power, the Evil Albino or whatever's going on here. You know, they normally do it. Legendary artist, Frank Miller, got spotlight on it. Oh yeah, because Frank Miller's doing the Frank Miller Presents, right? They got that whole thing going on. I try not to insult the man, but every time he wears that damn fedora hat, Frank Miller keeps reminding me of Freddy Krueger. Especially, the way he turns his neck and stuff. I'm like, bruh. I mean, that's pretty iconic, legendary, you know, Robert Englund character kind of look like. Angela King. Oh. Still Walking Dead. Yeah, like, I kind of have no desire to pick back up where I left off with Walking Dead. Hell, I still got to see the rest of the second season of The Boys. Not to be confused with the Mutants. Not to be confused with them. What If has been renewed for the second season. Let me tell you something about What If. Marvel's What If. I skipped the crap out of that thing and went straight to the only 2 episodes that mattered, which were the last 2. What If Ultron won? And those episodes were great. Ultron was getting it in true Ultron fashion. Thanos come out the portal with the Infinity Gauntlet. Ultron was like, oh, curious. Slit from toe to head. Snatched the Infinity Stones. And his design of wearing the Ultron armor as he became Vision. Wearing the Ultron as an armor, I thought that was pretty cool. That was like the best thing out of there. The Watcher fighting, that was cool. You know, Galactic bites into the Watcher, knocking him across the galaxy. Pretty cool fights, you know, and then, you know, A-Force had to, you know, go for the win. But those last 2 episodes were great. All that other previous stuff, I wasn't watching Thanos being a bartender. I refused to do that. I was like, hell no. Hell no. No. Desecrate the name of the character to which someone made and you never paid him for all the stuff that he created, with Thanos being in what? 2 movies? Break In, the first look at X-Men 97 has been shown. Rogue, Beast, Gambit, Jean Grey, Wolverine, Storm, Jubilee, Cyclops. Oh, snap. Bishop's in the picture. But y'all ain't even say it. Y'all skipped a brother. Y'all skipped a black man. I'm kidding. I mean, they actually did, but I'm just saying. I mean, it looks cool like it's from back in the day, sure. But I don't know. I mean, you know, it's you know they're going to jack it up. Because that's what they do. They take your childhood memories and destroy them. Yep, there you go. Footage of What If 2. shown reveals that in one episode, Captain America will beat Thanos during the events of Infinity. Y'all gonna replay that again? Because it'll never be as good anymore. That's why y'all keep going back to Infinity War. Y'all got nothing else sacred because you just destroyed so much stuff. Now, you got all the wrong people calling all the shots. So, when in doubt, ooh, let's go back to Infinity War. Infinity War reboot. Let's start acting like this is Batman. Because when in doubt, when it comes to DC, and they can't make a good DC Comics movie, reboot Batman. That's it. Reboot. Dan Slott receives Inkpot Award. Cool. Jim Lee and Friends panel. Gotcha. Marvel Zombies. Oh, here we go. Baby Groot. Isn't he older? So when did... See, here I go. Acting like I'm interested. When does this take place? Or is this a totally different group? Is this a separate group? Reminds me of Sackboy from Sony PlayStation. Are these Ravagers? No, they're regular drones. We need to capture that Groot. Evil military man. Swords after Groot. Oh, and Sword? Man, they budged Sword so bad. You telling me that Sword was only important for the WandaVision TV show? That's it? Sword ain't been around in nothing else since then? Yeah. If they have, please let me know. Please. Let me know. Here we go, folks cheering for Rings of Power. It's a little bit of a gap in there. I don't think everybody's there for that. George Takei. Gremlins? Oh, gosh. No. Destroying childhood dreams. Why, oh, why? Bowen Yang, Randall Park. Sandra Oh. James Hong. Oh, it's an animated? Even worse. Oh my gosh. Making animatronic puppets is a lost art, unfortunately. Even making puppets is a lost art. Jim Henson was one of the greats. It's just so sad to see that go. You're breathtaking, Keanu Reeves. Guess he's talking about Berserk. I haven't gotten that comic. I might check it out one day. The Immortal Saga continues. Okay, so they got more coming on that. Secret Wars. Yeah. Lego stuff for people. Darth Vader. Yeah, I'm gonna just call it. I was right the first time. Darth Vader, you know, he's just straight thugging it and out the beach now with a popsicle. That's what we're doing with franchise characters. Some of the most epic franchise characters of all time. Popsicle out in the beach. I got a 21 Jump Street joke that I want to say, but it's not even worth it. Tales of the Walking Dead with Terry Crews and Olivia Munn. From what I understand, oh God, wait a minute, I'm not ready for this, hold up. From what I understand, I'm just kidding, this is a little bit of fiction, okay? Disclaimer. But it sounds like there might be some zombies in Ukraine. Moving on. Magneto will be the leader of the X-Men 97. See? Professor X dead. So we're just going into Age of Apocalypse, I'm guessing. That is how you break a franchise and you undo history. Yeah, yeah. Tales of the Walking Dead. Look at it. He out here trying to survive. How long you think he gonna survive? And I guess another question that I really don't want to ask, but is a given, is how many times he gonna flex his pecs? Because we ain't seen Terry Crews in nothing big in a while. The last big thing he was in was Deadpool 2. And he died gracefully. Yep. Tales of the Walking Dead. You know what? They should just have a crossover. He just needs to pop out the Old Spice. Oh. Old Spice all day. All day. Oh my gosh. I like to say shout out to everybody that's here. I know it's not many. Jerome Piggy. Anybody that watches this stream, the replay, if you like what you're hearing, you know, be nice and like. You know, back in the 80s, what they used to say, be kind and rewind. Be nice and like. That's the best I got. Like, subscribe, comment, all that awesome stuff. But yeah, Magneto here, he's in a onesie, aka is it underoos? And he's got sleeves. What is, huh? Huh? A giant M on his chest. He's just not rocking the helmet because Professor X is dead. That was his biggest threat. He ain't got to worry about nothing now. There's no other telepaths in the entire world of X-Men 97. I guess he's safe. I don't know what they're doing. What else we got? I Am Groot. Writer and director Kristen Lepre, or Lepore, of I Am Groot. See, this is where I learned from good folks at Comicsgate, such as EVS. We do some quick research on who this director is and what she has done. What in the world? Hold up. So she does animation. She's directing the team of animators for this. She's done Story from North America, Sweet Dreams, Bottle, Move Mountain, Bad Jubies. That was on Cartoon Network. Hi Stranger, It's My Party. Director and executive producer. So Kevin Feige ain't taking that spot, huh? She gets both. Feige was like, you know what? I want to be the most diverse I could possibly be. Kirsten, you're the executive producer of this show. Madness. Oh, and that comes out this year. I think I might be done watching the MCU TV shows. The last one I saw was Moon Knight. Some people were like, hey, I got what I wanted out of it. Cool. For me? No. No. Yeah. Don't really see anything impressive from all that. More Rings of Power. Oh my gosh. Secrets of the Mogwai. Oh, look at that. Is that like the actual animation? Oh no. Let me say, General Piggy, he needs to turn that M upside down for Wumba. Woomba. Oh my gosh. So I watched a bit of WandaVision, like 2 episodes and then no more. You know, WandaVision I watched all the way through for 2 reasons. The sake of the, you know, I Love Lucy and all the old show nostalgia, and the fact that it was a new origin story. That was it. You know, you got White Vision, which, wait a minute. So let me see if I got this right. In Phase 4, WandaVision was the first thing in Phase 4, and that gave birth to White Vision or Silver Vision, whatever you want to call them. And there's been a series of movies and TV shows, and that Vision just ain't been around since. Just not in a single conflict. Just, I am the Vision, and just fly off. That's not right. Wait a minute. How are you gonna have a vibranium phase shifting superbot AI that just don't give a damn about conflicts? Like almost every Avenger would have had trouble fighting him, and you tell me you couldn't get him to show up and team up for a single conflict? No Doctor Strange, no Spider-Man. I doubt he was in Thor. So, you know, I watched WandaVision and I was like, alright, yeah, hey, it's pretty fun. And then, was it Falcon and Winter Soldier? I was like, oh, yeah. And then Loki, by like the 3rd episode, I was done. I was so done. I was like, what am I watching? But yeah, this Gremlins thing, man. Oh my gosh. How did they get away with this, man? Yeah, in all the right places and all the key positions. I guess Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. I mean, what else are they gonna have? They've been showcasing everything for the first day or first 2 days. Oh, okay, yeah, that's Zach Gallen from the original Gremlins. Wow, he's still around. Good gosh, looks like Harold Ramis. Egon Spengler from Ghostbusters. Ghosts? What? Yeah, some of the stuff I didn't care about. Lego and Nintendo are going big with a gigantic Bowser figure on the convention floor. That's pretty cool. You know, hey, I can never knock Legos. It may not be my cup of tea, but Legos is undeniably a toy, you know, a hobby for all ages. Yeah, so that's all we got. Just Walking Dead, Lord of the Rings, Marvel Zombies, of course. Scarlet Witch. Because, I mean, they touched on that in the first one, right? In the first What If series, the last 2 episodes. These are the folks from, that's Superman, right? I heard that, was it Superman and Lois? Or Lois and Clark, whatever it's called. I heard that, that series is pretty good. Lord of the Rings trailer. I mean, that's all I see about San Diego Comic-Con. Hey, there she is, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Holding it down. Imagine if she would have showed up in an episode or 2 of Supernatural. I thought that would have been pretty cool if they would have did that. But here's what it is. Lord of the Rings Orchestra, of course. Rings of Power. Dungeons and Dragons. Honor Among Thieves to Vampire Academy. Is that like the whole subtitle? Oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah, wow. A Berserk film and anime are in the works. So, regardless of Keanu Reeves' internal reasons for making Berserker, um, when I first heard his comic, um, I got the vibe that he kind of wanted to do his own thing and kind of be, niche, down, have his be a little grounded, with comic book fans, and eventually, yeah, turn them into movies, and then he could star in his own stuff. In which Wesley Snipes, he's got a book out too. So I don't know if, shoot, I don't even think I got a chance to back it. There's so much stuff to back. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's all that's going on so far with San Diego Comic-Con. It's a lot of cameos. Disney Plus unveils a first look at the highly anticipated National Treasure series. Oh boy. It's not going to be as good. Danny DeVito. Is this still going? The Balrog's back, of course. One of the most fan favorite characters of Lord of the Rings. Got to bring it back. Stephen Colbert on the big screen. No, thank you. Oh, let's hint the Wonder Twins and never be able to do anything with it. But they are part of the Super Friends. So, best cosplayer Comic-Con. Alright, well, yeah. People got their cosplay on. Dang, that looks pretty realistic right there. Tom Holland. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And been kicking butt on this stream and expressing my views and sharing with you, the audience, and you, General Piggy. Again, greatly appreciate the support. I try to get on some of the streams that you share in that good old faithful space of Comicsgate, which I'm very thankful for. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing else going on but collectibles and oh, is that that's the Ultron from yeah, that's the Ultron from What If. Legs look kind of scrawny, but okay. Looks pretty cool. I think there's so much detail in the face. Well, you know what? I ain't making no excuses for him. What the hell is this? American Horror Stories Activation. Welcome to the creepiest tea party ever. What in the world? Are they hinting at a new American Horror Story? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell to the no, no, no. Oh, no. I'm out of there. I'm out of there, Jack. I ain't putting up with that. Oh, they were there to promote the Teen Wolf movie. There we go. Tony Stark's back, ladies and gentlemen. Mustache and all. As a ghoul. Yeah, that's where we're at. So, Lord of the Rings, Walking Dead. Bunch of Marvel crap. 24 hours away from The Rock taking Hall H. Okay, so tomorrow. Trailer's already out. I mean, what is there to talk about? Everybody's going to ask him to raise their eyebrow. He's probably going to be like, I support Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Like, dude, that's not what you're here for. She's an okay Lois Lane. Nobody's going to beat Terry Hatcher, though. Terry Hatcher and Margot Robbie, for her day, those two top Lois Lanes in my book. William Shatner, Mike Judge. Yeah, all the usual cast. You know, Hollywood tried to make a Dungeons & Dragons movie before, and they failed at it horribly. It had Marlon, was it Marlon Wayne's in it too. And Jeremy Irons in the same movie. Jeremy Irons and Marlon Wayans. Imagine freaking that. Oh, nice. Cool floor. Cool flyer. I go green, so you get green. Catchy. Superheroes need a super lawyer. Yep. I like the flyer. Looks like a terrible show. Oh yeah, Prey. The female, she hunts the predator and gets recognized amongst the ranks. But they said that show is going to be about racism, right? Yeah, I'm checking out. Before I even check in, cancel my my reservation before I even get there. Can't make it. Notorious anti-hero. Yeah, sure. I was about to start harping on the rock. I'm gonna leave him alone. Oh yeah, John Wick 4. Because Donnie Yen's gonna be in that. I'm really looking forward to that. I think they're pretty close within the age range. Transformers Earth Sparks. Oh, whatever. I ain't done with that. Charlie Cox will return as Daredevil in the animated. Oh, that's so messed up, bro. Come on. They dangled him like a carrot on the stick. Oh my gosh. Charlie Cox will return as Daredevil in the animated series Spider-Man freshman year. They set him up. What they did with Kingpin, the little cameo he got in the Spider-Man thing, you know, it was alright. Okay, so he's also gonna be. He's also gonna appear in the live-action Echo series. Oh, Echo, huh? That was the girl from Hawkeye. Oh, I'm sorry, the Kate Bishop show. Yeah. I think I'm pretty much checked out. Will Henry Cavill show up? See? I mean, nobody's gonna want to direct a Superman movie. They already got Spanish Supergirl on the way. Oh yeah, that's right. There is a Spawn movie update that's supposed to be happening. We'll see how that goes for Todd McFarlane. Maybe he's got some good leverage this time around. That looks like that's most of day one. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it for this stream. Just wanted to spend some time with you guys. If you like my content, like I said, leave a like, comment, subscribe. In fact, comment and troll me, and then subscribe, and then the next stream I do, troll me live, and then unsubscribe. You know, that way you get to do the full trolling experience if that's your intent on this channel. You know, I welcome it. You know, it'd be something to laugh at. Absolutely. But for everyone that's genuine out there, such as General Piggy, Anthony Savoy, again, I thank y'all for showing up and popping up, making this stream, you know, pretty fun, cool. And yeah, I think I got everything out of my system. So now it's time for me to draw. And who knows, maybe later chat and chill. Who knows? But until next time, y'all remember to keep it omni, and God bless America, 'cause we do most certainly do need it. Peace.